Dej Loaf is goated. Yes or no?
Yes, but remember whose project was that? I said, "Oh, it was good to hear Dej Loaf." You was like, "Man, it was 30 seconds." She said 2 lines, so
That
you
was
ain't care.
blast. That was blast.
Yeah.
I'm a Dej Loaf, bro. They gave us like 20 songs, bro. Jacquees and Dej Loaf put out a full project, and I'm a big fan of Jacquees. I know people started clowning him. He became like a meme for some reason. I still don't really understand that. But this project is not bad, bro. I started listening to it. I'm about halfway through. Don't hate, bro. Dej Loaf, that nigga.
I'm gonna definitely go listen to it, but it'd be funny how one moment can make you like a meme as an artist, and then you just never come
Facts.
back. Like you just never come back, bro.
Facts. He had, bro, LMA ruined this man's career. Let me not say ruined, changed the trajectory of this man's career.
Yeah, I remember talking about that low key. Like I remember saying, like, how you gonna be mad that like he did it better than you? Like, how you gonna be mad?
Yeah, but get down or lay down. You know what I'm saying? But my hot take on Ian, bro, for something in my soul will not allow me to click play on an Ian song. Right? I don't know what it is, but something just won't let me do it. And then I saw him do the little block freestyle. You know this block freestyle video that's going viral?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm trying to figure out a way to articulate this, but really, white people are the main demographic of hip hop now. We've known this. It's 80% white now. And so when I start seeing them completely like take on the black, lower class, working class, hood aesthetic, when it's only white, it makes me think, bro, like, when did rock become a white genre?
That was like almost immediately.
No, rock was us. You know what I'm saying? Rock was us for a while. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if it was us and it started with us and then it went to them, what did that process look like? Because now it's you don't associate rock with black, even though we created it, right? Lil Richard, you know what I'm saying? Do your research. Jazz. I feel like older genres, it always started with us. So when I saw that, bro, I'm like, yo, is this what it looks like? In 15 years, is hip hop gonna be like rock music, where it's like only white people making it?
I think it's a little bit different. I feel like some of those other genres, I feel like out of any of them, to me at least, rap music is the most deep rooted in black culture. To me, I could say blues, probably. I could say jazz, even. But I think rap music, out of all of them, is one that like stands above when it comes to being from us mostly. And I do feel like early on, it was a lot easier with just like that you might hear a Little Richard record, but if we put Elvis Presley in front of you, that's the only person you're gonna see because you don't got the internet. So I feel like it's becoming more niche when it comes to rap, and I think that he's in that whole like Yeet, Playboy Cardi, that type of niche. But I don't see a white man going and doing what Mick Jenkins does, or I don't see a white man going and doing what Larry June does. I don't see those things happening. Like,
but what I'm saying is, I understand like people are going to continue to rap. I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if the demographic is 80% white, like the way marketing works is you try and find the product or service that fits with the demo of the thing you're selling.
mm-hmm.
So if you got an 80% white demo and you now got a white dude who can service the audience just as well as the black counterpart or like any black artist, why would you then go sign more black artists? We're already losing like black label imprints and like independent labels, and they're all getting folded in and all that jazz. So who's to say that they're just going to keep signing rappers?
Well,
like black rappers.
Okay. Well, if that was the case, I probably would have asked that when we got Eminem. Like, if Eminem to me is like the pinnacle of the white rapper who made it all the way. He's not from black culture, but Detroit is a more so like a black place, fucking hood place, ghetto place, whatever you want to call it. So if anything, that's where I would have started questioning it, is Eminem.
I hear what you're saying. I just feel like, I don't know if the demographics were the same when he came out. I feel like he changed them. But I don't feel like they were the same when he came out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he sparked the change to make it completely white. Like it was him, you know what I'm saying, for a while.
Yeah.
And he was on that run and he started, you know what I'm saying? So I think he sparked it. But I think now where we're at, you remember when like they put Jack Harlow like on the spot, like when they were saying like, oh, he's next up, he's the next best. You remember that?
Yeah.
I feel like now we're in this era where it's like, bro, they're looking for the next The Great White. They're looking for their Larry Bird, bro. They're looking for their Luka Doncic. That's what's happening right now. And Ian, bro, I just seen that video and I'm like, I can imagine in 40 years, like revisionist history of going back to hip hop and them showing that. You know how they show like 70s Black Panther photos in black and white?
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna do that with this Ian vid. Yo, this was the culture of hip hop. That's what I feel like is gonna happen. Like when I seen that, something in my soul just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right.
So you're saying Tyler was right then? The stuff Tyler was saying was right.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't want to be the guy to run with a narrative, but I'll never click on the Ian song. He's the only artist where I'm like, bro, don't play. I'm not clicking that.
That's the only one. I'm still on my E40 hate from years and years ago. I will never.
You know who he dressed like? He dressed like, you remember Julian?
the one who played basketball?
Yeah, he dressed like Julian. He carried, and that's what it is. He carried himself like, never mind.
Yeah,
Man.
the dude who played rugby at Clemson.
Exactly. Exactly. This is episode 82 of the Rhythm and Rhymes podcast. I'm your host, AJ Hughes. I'm here with my co-host, Antonio Hughes. Usually we start with new music, pleasantries and all that, but I want you to tell me about Spotify. You had sent me a text about Daniel Ek, and we talked about him a couple of weeks ago, but I wanted you to explain why he's selling so much because I feel like you had a better explanation than I did.
So at the moment, we've seen Daniel Ek sell so much stock, it honestly makes my brain hurt. He's up to $666 million worth of stock that he sold. His latest transaction was $31 million. Sick, bro. Sick. Talking about 2008 financial crisis, like that type of all-time high. Like it's getting to the point where the numbers don't make sense for where the American companies are like sitting. Like why is Meta a $800 stock? Why are some of these stock? Yeah, like some of the, it doesn't make sense. So my main thing is just that I think a lot of people are seeing that and trying to resort to safety, especially somebody like Daniel Ek. I remember in Spotify's last earnings call, he talked about how they had been investing a lot in the business and how they were rolling out a bunch of new stuff that they really think that was going to make them more profitable and just continue to grow the business. I think Spotify is going to be one of the biggest businesses we see for the next 4 to 5 years. And I don't think it stops here. So I think he's really just protecting himself to be able to get back in at a later point when the market eventually takes that.
You think it's going to be that dominant of a company moving forward still?
I feel like when we see how it expands, I think that it can still be a really dominant company. I think that one of the biggest drivers for them is going to be the consumer data that they have. I think they're going to be able to use that in a lot of different ways. And I think that as far as like where music goes, if we see them start to make those changes of what they've been talking about with the investment they've been making into making the platform better and faster, and then some of the other things they've been trying to do, I think it could still be one of the bigger businesses. Like I don't think we see a Sirius XM or we see I don't think Apple.
There's no competitor.
Yeah, there's no real competitor. So it's if you're gonna stay at the top of a space, it's easy to just be at the top when you have no competition, like Google or even another one, Palantir. Right now, they don't have a competitor. So
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you guys, AJ just dropped the series that we've been doing on the platform. You guys should go check that out on YouTube. We also got some TikTok clips to go with that. We're still putting stuff out, getting it more so in the flow. It takes a while to get in the flow, getting our calendars right. We're there, guys. So go check out our YouTube at Real R&R.
I was gonna say the new stuff that they're expanding into. One thing I noticed, they started doubling down on video recently. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen this, and I wonder like, how often do you watch videos on YouTube on Spotify?
I feel like it depends on who it is. I feel like when Joe Rogan stuff comes up, I'll usually watch it there. Or if it's something I put on my TV, like if I'm trying to listen to music and then it's like they come up in the background, I'll watch it then. But I don't feel like I go out of my way to do that. But I think it could be a good way to expand, is to continue playing into that.
Do you think if you have the option to, I think where they may have the upper hand in that area for podcasting over like a YouTube, is that with YouTube, you can't close your phone unless you have premium. If you have premium, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? I got premium. But if you don't, like, you can't listen to a video podcast. If you can't listen to a podcast on YouTube and close the app. And so I think that something I've noticed, like when I'm using Spotify, if I'm watching a podcast and I know like I'm finna run to the store or I'm finna go somewhere and I want to keep listening, that's a benefit to me. So like the Joe Rogan ones, like you said, I listen to on there. Higher Learning with Van Lathan and stuff, I watch that on there. Alex Hormozy does some podcast stuff on there. So I found it interesting. And I've been uploading our video podcast to Spotify, but I don't really see, I feel like YouTube is the monopoly in the long form video space. I don't know if Spotify can really like gain that much market share in that area. Maybe with podcasting, but YouTube has so many other types of long form video content that I don't see it being a competition for real.
Yeah, I think the only way they really can is if they really lean into that, and the marketing aspect of it is like, we're providing a conveniency for you in this way. And the whole, like,
Yeah.
I always remember you talking about the like consumers liking the lack of friction when it comes to like good platforms and good social media and getting to your content, getting to whatever, buying your product. So I think those are two things they're really going to have to lean into if they want to keep growing. But we'll see. We'll see for sure.
So are you bullish or bearish on Spotify?
Oh, I'm bullish. I'm trying to get a good entry. You know, I'm trying to find somewhere to buy. Like I said, all time highs is scary for me, but I'm definitely looking to buy because I think it's somewhere I want to be exposed to. So,
Okay, smooth. Well, yeah, let's leave music for last, just mainly because it wasn't a ton. Warner Music strikes strategic partnership with hip hop exec and R&B exec Tim Henshaw to launch Free Lunch Records. Tell me about this. What's going on?
okay, so Tim Henshaw was the executive who helped with the pop out with Kendrick. He also was the one who he put together the deal for the Big Steppers tour, where we saw that big thing on Amazon. Some other artists he worked with Amazon was Lil Baby, ASAP Rocky, 21 Savage. He was big on the Call Me If You Get Lost tour. Also Dreamville Fest, another big one we saw with him. But he has struck in a partnership with Warner Records to create another boutique label. And I just thought this was interesting because I went back after I'd actually listened to the Joe Budden podcast, and I went back and I listened to the Tank podcast with LA Reid, and hearing him talk about the whole boutique label thing and artist development thing really got me thinking about this when I saw this article. So I thought this was interesting, but I want to see how he grows this. The first two signings he had was Sid from the internet, and then Alex Isley, who's an artist that I became more familiar with in the past couple
I
of
fuck
years.
with Alex Isley.
Yeah, she's tough. She's real tough. One of the leaders in R&B for sure. But this is going to be interesting to see, and I'm hoping that we see more boutique labels because I think it really breeds that level of like artist development that is missing these days. Like it really made me think about how many people came from those labels before they got to the bigger labels, and then
Most of them did. Most of them did.
Yeah, or even the boutique labels we still see now, Quality Control or TDE even is one I always point to. Dreamville could be one. I don't know, Dreamville. I don't really. How do you think Dreamville has panned out? Do you think I feel like it's literally just Jid, J. Cole, and the rest of them haven't really popped.
Yeah, I feel like it, and honestly, he's like Drake with his label. Like a lot of artists around him that I feel like are complimentary when he wants to lean into a Revenge of the Dreamvilles album or something like that. But I don't know. Ari Lennox says she got a project coming out. Is it on Dreamville? Not sure. Who else is on there though? You got like Kaz be rap. I don't know who he be rapping to, but it's not us. It's not us. We don't ever hear from Kaz. Omen is tough too. He's tough
too.
Huh?
Loot is tough too.
Loot is tough too. But he put out a project. He put out a project a couple years ago. He not hot as fish grease. And then you got Boz. And I feel like when I see Boz like releasing and like doing songs with J. Cole, to me, that's my homie needed a deal. And my homie's cold, but my homie needed a deal. So he's just what?
I just said that is what it feel like watching that.
It don't feel like, you know what I'm saying? So outside of Boz and Jid, it's not TDE. It's not, that's for sure. But yeah, this would be interesting. Alex Isley is related to the Isley brothers.
For real?
Yeah, Ernie Isley, one of the Isley brothers, is her dad.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Something new every day, guys.
Fun fact. But we'll see how this goes. I'm saying Warner Records got 10K records over there now, which I find, as a marketer, I find their business interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole meme culture or like viral marketing type of stuff. Like they were with Trippie Redd, they were with 6ix9ine, Ice Spice is over there. So I'll be interested to see that. I guess how the thing is like now that everything's online, like the digital imprint of a label or a brand is so different. Think about like Rough Riders or like a Rockefeller. Like you had merge, you had it was a lot more, I don't know, it felt like more tangible as like a thing. You know what I'm saying? Whereas now it's just an Instagram account.
I guess the
It's,
branding is a little different. Like that
it,
that is crazy to think about.
yeah, it's different. And it's like, bro, I feel like the way that they brand these labels is just so weird and different. In terms of music companies, bro, I love what Lyrical Lemonade is doing. Have you seen the Kai Cenat short series video? Bro, he's got Kai Cenat playing Batman in a short film. It's 6 minutes long. It's cold, bro. It's cold. It's a bunch of CGI and stunts, and they like launching him across like studio sets and stuff. It's cold.
That's crazy. I do
It
think there's like a lack of like real brand though when it comes to labels now. Like you didn't really know Quality Control's brand. TDE kind of has a brand, but that's more so long standing. Like we're talking about right now, there's not a lot of people who have like something behind their name. This is what we're known for. Rockefeller was all the business niggas. Rough Riders was like the crazy niggas who we really coming at you. But it's you don't got that now.
that is, like, yeah, I guess like branding the label, like branding a label, like you know what you're about to get from it. I feel like in recent memory, I guess you do have to put some respect on Dreamville, bro. They put out mad projects.
Yeah.
They put out mad projects and they put out a lot of songs. So I feel like it was a moment. I think he did his thing. Maybe we put some respect on it.
Yeah. I'll give him some props for it.
I don't know. We'll be looking out for this label, Free Lunch. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really gotten a Sid too much, but I definitely like Alex Isley. New music. Burna Boy put out a single, Update. I'm gonna just be honest. We don't have to just bite all the raw samples. You know what I'm saying? To me, because I'm pretty sure P2J produced this. To me, it's, bro, that feels very gimmicky. It feels like when you turn the song on or when the TikTok comes on, like you hear a song you're familiar with and then you get into the Burna Boy part. And it's like, bro, like the beat is not cold enough for that. You know what I'm saying? The beat's not cold enough for that.
Yeah. If it starts to feel gimmicky after this is like the fourth time he's done it. Like I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we get it. You want to be in the American market. All right,
Yeah.
all right. You're here. You're here. I don't think he have to do that no more. I feel like he's definitely still trying to appeal to the American market, like I said, but I feel like there is a place for just normal Afrobeats music. We don't have to keep doing the sample thing. I like music where they sample, but it's just too much at this point. Everybody's doing it.
I will say he's rolling out his next album, No Sign of Weakness. And this is the second single. The first single, Bundle by Bundle, was really good. So I'm not going to sit here and act. You know what I'm saying? He gives us one of these. This is his top of the world. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there was an artist. There was a video. Do you know who Nasty C is?
I've heard the name.
He's a South African rapper. But he put out a video talking about trying to appeal to the American market and why he's now no longer focused on America. And he's only focused on like Europe and Africa. And I found it to be interesting because I feel like, bro, anytime Burna Boy tries to do like the American crossover stuff, I hate it. I hate it. And I love Burna Boy. Those are the only Burna Boy songs that I just like despise, are the ones where he's trying to like, you know what I'm saying, do the American thing. Except City Boys. City Boys was cold. The rest of them, it was like, what are we doing? Let me find this video.
I didn't love City Boys, bro. I'll never forget that Tim shit. Like, he got to get that up. If I ever see him do that again, I might be mad. That was just a disgusting move. This whole
The Tims.
I hated that.
Oh, the video. Yeah, no, the video was cold. The video was
was disgusting. Bro.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yo, Zuckerberg, get rid of Threads, my boy. Get rid of it.
So that's just
every time you can't even like the way that they do the video stuff on there. All right, let's see. Let me share my screen. I haven't watched this full video, so this will be my first time. It's only a minute.
We had to the stage thing, it seems to have slowed down a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that on your part, is that intentional or what's going on with that?
Yeah, it's intentional, man. We had to So obviously, giving it a try, we had these ambitions and all that kind of stuff. But then, reality kind of just hits you in the face sometimes. You kind of realize, yo, I shouldn't be neglecting this market to chase this market because this one.
He didn't say what I thought he was gonna say. That was a lot of nothing. But I was thinking about, so I saw this video of this scholar talking about how he would like, it was an economic plan to rebuild African countries and to like trade with like the Caribbean and South America and all this stuff. And he was talking about like fundamental problems with like how economies work.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about essentially, if you look at the crops that African countries produce, they're all cash crops. And because they're all cash crops, a lot of them aren't stuff that they use or that they need. They're not necessity crops. Like, so think of like chocolate, coffee, stuff like that, where it's like they need rice, they need like the basic necessities. And the reason that African countries don't produce those is because the manufacturers in Europe and in the Americas that produce these types of these crops and stuff like that, they won't give Africa like the infrastructure or help them build the infrastructure to build those crops. And essentially, I say all that to say, he was saying that people look at African countries and they look at developing markets and they say that there's just not enough buying power in a lot of these countries. But the reason for that is an infrastructural issue. It's not like you can't say it's not a demand thing or it's not like there's not an audience for these things there. And so I guess artists that look at markets like that as there's just not enough buying power there's not enough people to listen there, or even the streamers not paying as much in certain countries, eventually I feel like a lot of these are going to catch up. You know what I'm saying? If you are focused on like an African market 10 years early, you know what I'm saying, 10 years from now it will probably definitely come back and you would reap the benefit. So I thought the headline was interesting. What he said wasn't what I thought he was going to say, but I really just thought more African artists should just like, bro, we're not that important. We're not that important over here. I feel like, yeah, we're just not that important. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like they're trying to. There's artists like Burna Boy, Wizkid, Tyler that did get to that level of importance, but it's like few and far in between. So I could definitely see that being a reason where I'm like, okay, I don't want to be focused on this market when there's a million other markets around all these countries, and a lot of them, like you said, are growing. Like we're seeing markets like Brazil, and we're seeing markets like India, and we're seeing markets like China grow, while you're even seeing the American market take that dip. So it's like I don't need to be over here if I'm thinking about 5 years down the line, what's going to serve me more? Is it going to these other countries that are growing up and building this infrastructure, or is it the country that the infrastructure might be taking a dip? I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly just feel, I don't know, bro. Bigger than the music thing, I feel like we're just always going to be late to the party as Americans because we've been just so full of ourselves for so long. And like the stuff we talk about on this podcast, like stuff globally, stuff internationally, like I had been talking about leaving the country one day. Yeah. Now I feel like in the last 30 days, 60 days, like more people are like, I guess, giving some thought to that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people never even ask themselves that question. They would never even consider that. But I feel like that is something more people should consider. Be more open-minded to like a global mindset, bro. You're only the way you are because you were born where you were born to the people you were born to. If you go somewhere else and you live there for 10 years, you could be a completely different person.
Yeah, I think it's that level of like comfort. People got their family here though, that's still holding people to be like, oh, I have to stay in America. But I think at some point I want to live somewhere different too, for sure.
That's a fact. In the R&B video that I just put out, I talked about the Great Migration. Mm-hmm. And bro, I really wonder of Black people, would there ever be another mass migration in the same way here? Because that was about what? It started in like 1916 and it went all the way to 1970, right? So it's been like 100 years. Mm-hmm. So what would it take for something like that to happen again? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I even posed the thought, because it's happened before. Like niggas was just like when the army went off for World War I, the factories up north started like marketing to Black people to come up there for opportunity and stuff like that, right? So would it take like another war or something like that? Or, but that's the thing, we don't have people like getting drafted and going off to the army anymore. So I don't really see many. I don't really see many options for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Is that just a thing of the past? I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of countries who are like starting to develop more that are offering people money to come and stay in these countries. So I think things like that, and I do think something like, even if it's like a Cold War where America might take that deterioration or something like that, and there's more opportunity other places for people of color, I think it could be that. But yeah, we'll see. Definitely
We'll see, man. That boy Donnie, he about to, yeah, he's shaking it up. That's all I'm gonna say. He's shaking it up. The rest of this new music, I saw this West Side Gun project. You got some other stuff on here. Tell me, what was the highlight for you out of all this stuff?
I would say the West Side Gun Project. I'm a big West Side Gun guy, so that's probably where I'd start.
Tutu.
West Side Gun, he changed the name of the series to just the numbers, so this is 12. But I really like this project. I feel like it was concise, quick to the point. I want to run through all these quick, so I won't stay on this too long. I will say that I need more Stove God Cooks music. Like, Stove is so nasty. He always has some crazy bars that he had a stanza on, I think it was Boswell, on that album, where I literally had to listen to it 3 times because he was literally just talking about flipping bricks and cocaine, but it was like the entendres, and then he looped in Adidas and Yeezy, and I was like, I had to listen to it a couple times. But I really liked that. Like I said, Boswell, 055, and Dump World on that album were pretty good. Do you want me to go through the rest, or were you going to comment?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't listen to the West Side Gun project, but I did see something online about Stove God Cook's contract or something like that, and I guess that's why he doesn't put out music. Like, there's something with his contract.
Yeah, I think he was signed to Busta Rhymes at first with that first project, but maybe he's just trying to wait it out. He did put out one on Even Biz too.
I thought he was signed to Griselda.
So did I, but at first he was signed to Busta Rhymes, like that first project.
Oh yeah, I did forget about that.
Yeah, so I think he might just still be in some type of deal with that, and then that's stopping him from really putting out music. But he had put out that project on Even Biz that I didn't get to listen to. But Dave East, Ransom, The Final Call, more music if you have a feeling that you want to scare the hoes. This was a good project. I'm never hearing bad rapping from Ransom, but definitely something that, another one, quick, concise, to the point. My favorite songs on it were Soul Food and Mecca, The Mosque, and Blood and Water. And I also will say that Jay Electronica is also too far above my pay grade to keep up with some of that stuff. He instantly started talking about Islam, Shalom. I was like, I can't do it. Can't do it today. But other than that, I saw Nardo Wick had put out Wick. This was a pretty good album. Not something I'll probably be running back to, just because he tried a lot of rock stuff on here, and that's not it was I don't even know how to explain it. Y'all go listen to it, but I'll definitely.
How many? Okay, be honest. Outside of, what the fuck is that? Well, outside of that song, what Nardo Wick songs do you like?
I'm actually going to pull it up right now so I can tell you. But Crazy is probably the first one I think of that's just, I really like that Nardo Wick song. Let me see what I'm thinking about. Me or Something is a good song. Da 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 is a good song. That song that goes like da 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 da. That song is pretty good. But Wicked Freestyle, like there's a couple. There's Hot Boy is probably my favorite one with Lil Baby. But it's not, Nardo Wick is not somebody I run to. Yeah, I'm ready for this new Nardo Wick, bro. Like, even when I saw this, I was like, I'm gonna listen to it. But, yeah.
Okay. Should I listen to this?
I don't think you would like it. I don't think you would like it, but I think the audience should go give it a listen. My favorite song was Back to Back with him, Future, and Southside. He started doing melodies on the front. I was confused, and then they got into that like real.
Nardo Wick was singing.
It was like melodic at the beginning. He was trying to do it with a little raspy voice. Y'all go listen to it. That's what I'll say. And then last one I got is Eam Triplin, Melody of a Memory. Now, AJ saw this name and said, who the hell is that? He's an interesting artist, I'll say the least, at least for the name. The names are getting crazier by the day. But this album it sounded good to me. Like, it had really good melodies on here. That's something I remember him for. A lot of people were comparing him to this artist called Snot, actually. By the way,
I remember him. I remember him.
You remember him? Yeah. The way he distorted his voice, Eam Triplin does like the same thing, and he has a lot of songs on this project that were pretty good. But it reminded me a lot of like early Tyler too. Like that's what I was hearing a lot of from it. But I thought this was interesting to bring up because Eam, I want to interview you one day. I saw you at, I don't remember which festival that was. I think it might have been Rolling Loud, but he literally went out there and performed for, there was like 10 people sitting in front of his stage. And I want to hear like how he's been able to take that moment of being like, okay, I might not be where I want to be, and move that onto making better music and putting out a better show and stuff like that. So definitely another project you guys could listen to, Melody of a Memory by Eam Triplin. But that's my music segment. So
okay. You should like clip all of that together. Make that a clip. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool. Like a little compilation. But I'm gonna check. I don't know. Maybe I'll give like one of the Young Guns a shot. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen to Eam. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen to Eam.
He had a song on here with Ty Dolla $ign that was really good. Out Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, he's working with some guys now. He's getting a lot more looks. So definitely go check him out when you get a chance.
Okay. Shout out to Eam. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Eam. Director's cut. We about to get into listen to the J. Cole song. Very briefly, tell me your thoughts on it, and then we'll get into songs we want to recommend. But when we get into songs we're going to recommend, I'm going to recommend some shit off of Ransom, Director's Cut. Okay. Yeah.
So J. Cole dropped a song on his blog at first. It was called Clouds. It was really, at first I thought it was just like a smoking song. That's what it sounded like at first. But he really started rapping on there. His verses were crazy on there. And one funny thought I had while he was rapping, I paused it and I was like, is this nigga gonna end up like Eminem for me, where he's just rhyming a bunch of words and not saying anything, and I'm just gonna be sitting here, bro, like I don't care about this in 10 years though. Like I'm not talking about right now. I still love J. Cole. The J. Cole, even this song, I was listening to it and I was like, I would rather listen to this than Eminem. So maybe that's just where I'm gonna be. But that was probably the only thought I had about it outside of this is a good song. This is a good verse. But yeah.
That's funny that you say that, because now I've been listening to a lot of older J. Cole recently. You remember the Feature Run?
Yeah.
I can't listen to the Feature Run anymore. I can't. Bro, you listen to the Feature Run, yo, I'm better than all these niggas. Yo, he come out, yo, he's talking his shit. Yo, we finna get to it. And now you're like, you cringe every time he says it. Ugh.
Yeah. When he was saying it on this song, I was kind of like,
yeah, I don't know. He do have to, like, before he get out of here, he needs to give us a rap battle.
Got to.
Yeah. It don't got to be Drake. Maybe Freddie Gibbs. J. Cole, Freddie Gibbs.
Dude, hell no, bro.
Yo, let's do the verses. J. Cole, Freddie Gibbs. I'll wash you.
We can do it.
I will wash you.
After that last project, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it, bro.
You talking about it like it's, bro, I could play Forest Hills Drive front to back and probably wash whatever. Yeah, nah, you're tripping.
We could do it though.
Man, what songs do you want to put the people on with today? Okay. Give me two of them.
I'll give y'all two. So Shike was on that Kendrick project. He came back at Joey Badass on the end of this song. But
I saw that.
You seen that? Yeah. You heard the little unique bar. You knew it was tough. But what times two more West Coast shit? I'm on my West Coast shit till Kendrick retires, to be honest. I don't care about none of you niggas. I just care about West Coast. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, what times two Ashike, and then I think I'll just give y'all Vert off that same West Side Gun project. Vert with him, SD Knock, which I'm not the big SD Knock guy. I keep hearing him on West Side Gun projects. I don't know who you are. Just personally, maybe it's just your voice. It's not for me. But him, West Side Gun, Stove Guy Cooks on Vert. Good song. So those are my two.
All right. Like I said, Ransom, Director's Cut. Which one is this? There was 3 of them. This is Director's Cut 2. Inception. That is one of the craziest rap songs I've heard in the last 5 years. I remember. And then the second one I'm going to give y'all, this is random, but I found it. Shout out to the Spotify recommendations. You know what I'm saying? We love AI. Why Don't We Fall in Love by Amarie. Her voice is crazy. I don't know. I've been listening to Amarie this week randomly. She just came up in the playlist and I was like, okay. But you know that song, One Thing?
Yeah.
It's just one thing. That's her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, she's
Oh, wait,
cold.
that's the same. That's the same lady.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So definitely check that song out. But that song, I was telling somebody last night, that song makes me feel like the scene. This is like super niche reference. The scene in Insecure when they do the montage of Lawrence and Issa Rae's love life, where they like get married, have a kid, and all that shit, and they're playing "World We Created" in the background.
Yeah.
That song feels like that scene.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Yeah. The ones who get it will get it. Y'all know.
All right, man. You know what I'm saying? Back on another Sunday. Stay dangerous out there. That's really all I got for you. That's what I want to leave y'all with. Stay dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay safe. High alert all the time.
At all times, be ready to crash out.
All right, man. We'll see y'all next week.